Hi and welcome to another episode of Being Surreal. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about active life and passive life. I'll explain what I actually mean by active and passive. If you thought that me talking about active is like being energetic and doing different things, then yes, you are right. That is what I meant by active, and not just with physical things but with other aspects as well. So I would consider someone very active, that is someone who is bold and they are curious, they are doing multiple things, they are someone who want more from life. And for me, a passive person is like someone who is very satisfied with what they have. Like, I'm not saying satisfaction is not good, but what I actually mean is that satisfaction is good but up to a certain level. So I'll give a simple example before I move forward. So let's say you are in college and you are going to graduate next year. Okay, now you are going to need a job. Let's say your first job is a job which pays you like 3.5 lakh per annum. If you are a passive person, you just get this, you will think that okay, all of my expenses are sorted now, I still save a little and I'm very satisfied with this, so I'll continue to keep doing this. And then you don't do anything ever, like other than job. You are very happy in your small bubble of job. For me, that kind of person is passive. Now, being satisfied is important, but what you need to do is once you reach to a point where you get satisfied, then you move to somewhere higher. Like, if you land a job at 3.5 lakh per annum, then you're like, okay, I have reached this, I am satisfied with this job, I'm even happy, but I want more. It's not greed to be rich. Greed would be something like, I don't care about any other thing, I just want money. So you are not being greedy if you want more money, but what you are looking for is balance. So as I was saying, that if you want money by paying the price, everything, like on one hand you have money and then you have other things like people, good friendship, other things, and you still choose money, then you are greedy. You have the salary at 3.5 lakh per annum. Okay, you reach there, you're like, damn, this is good, I have got a good first job, it pays good and I'm very happy with this, but I want more. Like, 3.5 is good, but I should earn more. So you work for it and then you eventually go to a better job where your salary is 10 lakh per annum. You reach there, you're like, damn, this is good, now I think I should earn more money so I can do other things as well, like I can go to foreign trips. So you work on yourself and you get better skills and then you reach way up higher. And that's how an active person works, and that how things should work with you. It shouldn't be like you are earning 3.5 lakh per annum and then we are like, I'm very satisfied with my job, I think that this is a good way, I'm making my life, I have enough to eat, I have enough to go out every once in a while. Though I think a lot before saying spending a lot of money, but I think that is how it should be done. You should not spend a lot of money altogether. I think it's fine. I'm living a happy life, I just want that. For me, that is a passive life. And the reason why passive life is not good is because you're not motivated to do other things. When you are a passive person, what happens is that you form a small bubble and you start living in that, and you need to step out of your comfort zone, because if you don't grow yourself, then one day the bubble you are living in will pop and the whole world will come crashing down. And I'll give you an example. If you are at, like, say 3.5 lakh per annum job, you could be easily fired, maybe because they replaced you with someone else who was doing much better job than you for much lesser pay. And why this happened? Because you reached that job and you were like, okay, I'm very fine with this, I'm like, okay, this is good. I'll give you an example if you think being fired is not that common. Recently, Parag Agarwal, the CEO of Twitter, got fired. Like a CEO got fired, and there were a lot of memes on that. So working on your skills is important. I'm not saying that Parag is not someone who works on his skill, but I'm just giving an example that you live in a small bubble, then things will eventually come crashing down for you. So to get out of that passiveness, you can start doing things like very small things which will make you much more active. The first thing is start getting curious. Get curious about things. Let's say you're a passive person, okay, and you're watching this video, and then I was like, in this episode I told you a lot of things, and I mentioned Parag Agarwal and Twitter, and I mentioned that he was fired. Now if you're a passive person, you should actually go and look, why was he fired, what happened to Twitter, if you already don't know. That is getting curious. You should be curious about things. If I say, like, I talk about money and tax brackets, then you should be like, okay, he talked about tax brackets, I should go and look out how they work. These things are very important to make you curious. Why? Because I think that to become more active, even physically, being mentally active is more important. So you start mentally first, and then it eventually converts into physical, and then the physical one keeps it going. You are lazy, okay, then you think that, okay, there are people who are healthier than me, I'm not healthy, I'm eating a lot of sugar, I probably will have diabetes by the age I retire, so I should start working out, I should get some muscles so I'm strong enough, I can lift different things. I have back pain right now and I don't want that. Maybe if I start working out, I'll get strong and that back pain will eventually go away. You started these things, you think that, okay, I want to get healthy. Now once you start thinking, then you would be much more motivated to actually work out. So this is how you should transition to active personality. And one very significant reason you should be active person is because if you are among people who are active, then you need to be active. They won't like passive person around them. They'll think of you as nothing. Why? Because you are not really active, you are just passive, you are happy with everything. Maybe they were talking things and you could have just disagreed with them or agreed with them or given your perspective. Let's say I'm talking to a friend and you are also there, then I'm talking about something that Hacktoberfest just finished, and I'm still waiting for all of the pull requests to get merged, and then he's telling me that don't worry, it will all get merged and you will complete the hackathon. Okay, as a person standing there, you should be active. You should, if you know about Hacktoberfest, then you should be like, okay, don't worry, this thing happened to me also, it will get better for you. And if you're someone who doesn't know about it, then you should be like, okay, what is this Hacktoberfest, tell me about it. These things are very important because being active makes you an interesting person. If you can't contribute to a conversation by giving something, contribute by taking something. Let's say I'm explaining this to you, okay, and you don't have anything you can tell me extra, like, well, this is how this thing should have been done. If you can't do that, do this, that, okay, you said that it is being active makes you much more interesting. How is that even possible? You could ask these questions. These changes reflect on you. A passive person is someone who people take very lightly. If you will never go to a position where you have authority, if you are a passive person, you have to be bold, you have to show your presence, you have to be active. If you are passive, you won't even be noticed. And you can start being active by reading books or showing interest in different things, learning things, and then move to physical stuff like working out or having multiple or having hobbies. These things make you active. If you are someone who's just watching a phone all day, goes to college, come back, studies before the exam, other than that he just scrolls Instagram whole day, then sorry to say you are most likely a passive person, and you should really change, because in the end it's going to be helpful for you. And with that, I'll end today's episode. Thank you and have a nice day.